Hey, this is Mike Flair, and bingo, you're watching CTM Sports. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and continue watching. Bottom line. What's going on, guys? CTM Sports. I got
Welcome
two of my
back.
brothers. Going on, two of my brothers in the house, the McClellan 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
We got to
So-
look great now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
it, right?
boy.
I know.
man. Yeah. So we're finna go right into it, man. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Talk about today's first topic is Dame Trey talks.
Oh, Dame Dollar Sign. Oh man.
So what's the percentage? What's the percentage you think that is gonna happen?
Well, I think it's gonna happen definitely. I just think that how it happens, where it happens. I think that's something that we can discuss on today. I think it's definitely gonna happen.
Okay.
I feel like something's going to happen and something's got to happen at this point.
Right.
I think these GMs and these teams and these franchises need to take accountability. You don't have these stars for long. You don't have talent like this, and you got to do something with it. You know what I mean? We always put the pressure on the players to play, but you know what I mean? It's the responsibilities for the GMs too. You know,
Yeah.
Most definitely. I mean, they've seen the likes of Brandon Roy, who's very stellar. They've seen the likes of Greg Oden, who was okay. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think Portland has seen a star like this probably since Scottie Pippen. Went over there.
Yeah.
On the latter end of his career. So I think
Man, they had a squad then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, those guys were scary.
Greg Anthony, Pippen, Rasheed.
Yeah, and if you look at them pairing even Pippen with the Rasheed Wallace, then you know that they kind of know what it takes to win a championship, but you can't like depend on LaMarcus Aldridge and CJ McCollum when you're playing up against LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Chris. I mean, come on. I mean, we gotta be Chris Bosh. We gotta be.
I don't think they maximize the talent when they had it.
So let me ask y'all this. This is why I asked about the percentages, right? Watching the NBA over years, this generation now, when you demand a trade and you only say you only want to go to one team, so now what you're trying to do is take the bargaining chips from other teams.
I don't necessarily think that Portland has to abide by that. Going to Miami.
Do we got a no trade clause though in that max deal that he signed? Is it a no trade clause?
I don't want to.
I want to say.
Details. I doubt it if he signed I doubt if he signed a no trade clause. Let me get that information up for you because I hate disinformation.
Yeah.
Trade clause.
He does not have a no trade clause.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to give this. Yeah. He doesn't have it. He does not have a no trade clause. So I mean, basically he's in hand of the owners, and where they want to send him.
See, this is the thing why players do that though. They try to say, I want to go to Miami. So they try to make other teams. It's almost like an unofficial no trade clause almost.
Yeah, so I've never seen that work. For you, if you trade me, I don't want to go here.
James Harden just did it a couple years ago when he was with the Rockets.
Well,
he said, I want to go to the Nets. He forced his way out of Houston.
But look at his career. Like look at where his career is. I mean, we could say James Harden had a stellar year last year, stat wise, but I have not seen the glimpse of James Harden since he was in Houston. I haven't seen him when he was with the Brooklyn Nets. I haven't seen him play up to par where he was with Houston. Neither have I seen it in Philadelphia. So I mean, yes, he got out of those contracts, but still. I haven't seen that like noteworthiness of like okay.
Yeah, the only thing
James Harden why he want to get out of contract because he wants to go.
That's another thing to me. That's the thing to me. What I'm saying, it's on these GMs and these owners to maximize the talent when they got it. When they had James Harden, what did they do? What did these?
They put in Houston. They put talent around.
Of course they did. They did what they needed to do, but the production. But I don't think really.
He was a diva.
Portland. Has really been doing the same thing. They tried a couple different recipes.
I think didn't he play with Dwight Howard? Did James Harden play? I think he played with Dwight Howard.
He did.
I think he also played with what they put some good centers around him. Hold on. They put CP3. He played with Chris Paul. He played with Russell Westbrook. And who else did they put around him? They put a lot of
he had the perfect coach. He had the perfect coach, D'Antoni. I mean, D'Antoni created a monster, man. And that's what happened, man. He created a monster. Now he can't get back right.
You want to see Dame in situations like that, you know, and
that's
not necessarily Harden. You can see the moves they made with him. You know what I mean? You know,
but this is what I think. This is a theory that I think that happened, right? Dame, he wanted to get the bag. He wanted to get the Supermax, the $250 million. He wanted to secure the bag. And then he had to wait for a time to look for a way out. At first, and then when they drafted that guard, it seemed like that was the perfect time, and the media kind of was building up to it. But I always think he kind of, I think he wanted out when they got Chauncey Billups. I don't think he liked Chauncey Billups either. I don't know why, but I don't think he liked Chauncey Billups either when he became the coach.
I think he gave Chauncey a year to kind of like get his feet wet and see what he has to offer. But I most look at, he told the organization, he said, hey, either you guys go out and use this pick to get somebody that can play beside me, or I want to trade. I think that, you know, if I as the organization don't go and shop this pick, then I'm telling Damian Lillard, hey, we don't think you're that valuable enough to like honor that, and so we rather rebuild and allow the chips fall where they may, and I think that's what the situation is in Portland right now.
And I know the money can't work, but boy, if he could go to Phoenix though, man.
No way.
I know he can't go there because the money not gonna work.
And it ain't about money. I think that's just ridiculous. Like if they need all that to win. If Phoenix,
I just would love to see it.
I mean, a lot of times those teams with too much talent and not enough chemistry don't work out. Like the Golden State team, they really they had a lot of superstars, but they balanced well together. They played basketball. I think with the team you proposing with Phoenix, it's just too many. It's just too much.
I mean,
so Phoenix to me seemed like that team that come in the gym and just beat everybody. That's the kind of team that had Dame on their team. You know how you go to the gym and you just see these dudes coming. You're like, man, these dudes for run the gamut on everybody. That's kind of like what's it called, the Drew League or something. It'd be like a Drew League team in the NBA.
Hey, I mean, they would be super dangerous. At the same time, I mean, everybody has to touch the basketball.
Exactly. So how does that work?
You got KD needing the ball. You got Devin Booker. You got Bradley Beal needing the ball. You got DeAndre Ayton probably crying because he need the ball as well. And then you're gonna put Dame in there, man. You have too many tears going everywhere.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't think that works out. You can't
guys
them to do anything like that.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind Dame getting traded to the Clippers for Paul George. I think that would be a good trade.
I don't know if him and Kawhi get along though, bro.
Personality, they don't have to get along to play basketball.
No, you sound easy. I don't think Kawhi get along with everybody, man. That sound good saying it, but I don't think you do.
Kawhi don't have to get along with everybody. He probably didn't get along with everybody in San Antonio. They won a championship. He probably didn't like everybody in Toronto. They won a championship. I don't think you really. I think you can put Kawhi Leonard and give him his task, and I think he'll play to perfection on that task.
I think
Kawhi Leonard showed me that playing with San Antonio. If you can be heavily coached like they do, in San Antonio, you can probably survive kind of anywhere if the parts are, if you got good parts.
And I feel like Paul George trade for me would make the most sense. Putting Paul George over there. Taking Dame, bringing Dame back over to LA, it really mixed stuff up and kind of like see what Kawhi and Dame can do together. I think that would
that'll be nice. Well, that would be nice.
And I see,
and it's not as easy as it sounds putting players together. We had the LeBron James experiment, and then pairing Jordan with Pimpin. That's a totally different things, because with LeBron, they tried a lot of stuff with him at Cleveland. They tried different things that
they didn't try with him at Cleveland, man.
I mean,
all they had was a steak. That's like going to the restaurant. They just give you the steak, no sides. They just had a
but
steak.
They tried.
No, they didn't.
No, Cleveland had years with LeBron.
The second time around they tried, but the first time they didn't.
That was their version of trying. They had LeBron for years, and they didn't produce anything. He was arguably the best player in the league, and they didn't.
DeJuan Wagner not trying. DeJuan Wagner not trying.
I mean, that's what
Ilgauskas is not trying.
It's not trying. You know what I mean? But there was a whole franchise.
I like Ilgauskas. He was pretty.
But not on championship run though. I mean, he's a good guy.
I don't know. I mean, I think he'll get it done. I mean, he can't be your main option.
Tim Duncan cooked him like a steak.
Well, that's Tim Duncan. No problem.
I know.
Who didn't Tim Duncan cook, bro? Hey, everybody that got down there with Timmy probably got
exactly.
That's true. And rice, bro.
Yeah, that's true. Well, he got cooked, man. He made some grease rice that day.
Man.
So where y'all rank Dame? Where y'all rank Dame on your top active player list? What you got him?
The active player list, man. Dame for me, he at least go in my top 10.
Really?
In my top 10, maybe 6 or 7 to me.
I'll say top 20, somewhere like 16, 17, somewhere in there. I wouldn't put him top.
This is getting disrespectful over here, man. Dame Lillard top 16.
Exactly. I think you believe in the hype. Like you get
who? Y'all the ones drinking the Kool-Aid. Y'all the ones drinking the Kool-Aid. Tell me, hey, you're top 10.
I mean, the hype is everybody who go to Portland, they get lost. You know what I mean? You just don't seem as good when you play for them.
No, I know how good he is.
Man, tell me this. Tell me 10 players that can run teams. Give me 10 players that can run teams.
Jamal.
And without Dame Lillard. Who?
Jamal Murray.
No, I don't think he can do what Dame did. It's still yet to be seen.
Yes.
That is yet to be determined, bro.
Yes.
That is yet to be determined.
Yes.
But okay. All right, keep going. Jamal Murray.
LeBron James.
Okay.
Of course.
Steph Curry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of my other guards. Hold on, give me 1 second. One of the other guards.
I'm talking about that can run a team to make a team to the playoffs when they garbage. Like Luka. They don't got them type of players.
Luka.
Okay.
Well, we not injured, Kawhi. When he not injured.
Okay.
That's 5. I got 5 more in my head.
I'm shaky.
You said what?
Oh, Murray's definitely shaky.
No, he's not. They wouldn't have won a championship without Murray. They wouldn't have won a championship without Murray.
Of course, but I need to see him play more.
Huh?
I need to see him play more. I need to see more hardware on his hand. And
to come off an injury playing like that, man. Lights out.
Well. He did. Yeah, I can't take anything from what Murray did as a player this year, but what I can tell you is I don't know if you put Murray on Portland and Portland make it to the playoffs. That's what I'll say.
That's what he's saying. That's what Mel's
saying. Because all my top 10 is not like all guards though. We talking about like active players.
I'm talking about the top 10 players that can take a team to the playoffs.
Oh man, okay, 5, right? We had 5.
Yeah.
Greek Freak.
Okay.
No, I can't pick him because he injured, but I was gonna say Zion, but he injured though. I can't put Zion on there.
Please don't do that to us. Yeah. Let's keep this thing clean. Please.
Mentally and physically injured. Spiritually,
come on, man. Come on.
Okay, Jokic.
Okay, of course.
MVP candidates.
Booker.
Now you're starting to really get shaky here.
So Booker, who else? 40 points, what, 3 or 4 times in the playoffs, right?
Guess what? You got 2 guys that are light as best right now. Let's keep going. Let's see how you close this out.
Let's see. What's my guy name to play for the Heat?
Jimmy Butler.
I'm really getting it.
So you'll take Jimmy Butler. You'll take what's the name over Jimmy Butler?
Oh man, I don't believe it. Jimmy. I don't believe
you'll take Dame over Jimmy Butler. You'll take Dame over Jimmy Butler. You can look me in my eyes and say you take that. Man.
Listen, look, I will take Dame Lillard over Jimmy Butler. Yes.
I wouldn't.
Jimmy will let you down.
Good in the playoffs.
They both gonna let you down. They both gonna let you
Dame ain't
down.
gonna let you down, man.
Yeah,
Dame's gonna go out swinging.
He did.
Jimmy,
when he had McClellan on his team.
No, man, Jimmy's gonna give you a 5-game.
The Warriors
He gonna come out and score 40 points. He gonna have a great defensive game.
He said Warriors come out and play.
From Jimmy. Man,
he said Warriors come out and play, and they played, and they kind of quieted them a little bit, and they ended their whole little run. When they played the Warriors in the playoffs.
Who you talking about?
The Nuggets, the Blazers. Remember when they played in the playoffs that time?
Yeah. I mean, man, come on. Dame Lillard is the real deal. We can't even talk. Jimmy.
I'm not saying he's not the real deal. I'm saying where is he on your list?
Who did he lose to? Who? Come on, man. Jimmy Butler barely got in yet last year. Man, that was. I mean, I respect. I'll take
Jimmy Butler. Give me Jimmy Butler.
No, man, forget it.
I
think Jimmy Butler just press on your mind. You know what I mean? The will to win.
No way.
Give me Jimmy Butler, baby.
No way.
No way. I would take Jimmy B. That's my team. That's my list.
If Boston believed in their game half as much, right? Half as much as they should have, Jimmy would have made it to the finals. Boston with a better team. They just played soft.
Even if he didn't make it to the final, he still willed his team to the semifinal. If he didn't make it, he did.
Hey, dude, had Gabe Vincent.
I don't think that's
the head on that team. That team was stacked.
I mean, they almost
Eric Spoelstra. If it wasn't for Spo, man, they wouldn't even got past the Boston Celtics.
Man, Eric Spoelstra as a coach. By committee. So they got almost like the same identical team that Portland got, bro.
Who's Portland coach over there? That's what who tell me Portland last two coaches.
Chauncey. You don't like Chauncey Billups?
I like Chauncey.
He's a Hall of Fame player.
But what I'm talking about, tell me their last two coaches and then tell me if they got any hardware.
You can't get no hardware out there because everybody keep leaving.
As a coach.
I think it's ownership. I think it's ownership though in Portland. That's what I think it is.
No, who was the coach?
How many chances are we going to get ownership in Portland?
Who was the coach? That's a good question. Who was the coach for Chauncey?
Who was the coach before Chauncey Billups?
Oh, let me look that up. I don't know
this man is taking them to the playoffs.
They did go to the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I'm saying who was the coach before? I'm giving you just this man is going to the playoffs with Eric Spoelstra. Like who will
Terry Stotts. That was Terry Stotts. Whack.
Oh man, come on now.
You like Terry Stotts?
We're talking about Jimmy Butler versus Dame Lillard. It is Jimmy Butler. All respect to his game and what he does for the game of basketball.
For his team.
But all respect. But man, he's not no Dame Lillard. And that's it.
I'll take Jimmy over Dame. I'm just saying.
Man, I give it. Hey, you can have him. Who else? Hey, I'll throw in Bam Adebayo too. If you
I don't like Bam. Bam, all right. Bam kind of remind me of like a low. He's like a low budget of Dwight Howard or Bam. I mean, if he actually worked on his post moves, he'll be so much better, man.
Dude, man, he played decent, man, but dude, he let me down so many times. I was like, man, Bam gonna do this, Bam gonna do that.
Is he related to Sunday? Is he related to Sunday Adebayo to play for Arkansas? I wonder is he related to him?
Ain't no telling, man. They probably from the same tribe for sure with that name.
Same tribe. That is a unique name. So we moving to the NFL now, NFC South. I'm gonna pull up their depth chart real quick. What do you guys think about the Cowboys?
Nothing at all, man.
I don't think about the Cowboys.
Me neither. Not at all. That's what we think about the Cowboys. I mean, we could berate Dak Prescott about this or that, Dak Prescott about this or that, whatever. But man, I don't believe in them. I don't think they're gonna do nothing this year neither.
Oh, you don't think they're gonna do nothing?
Nothing, man. They
had a pretty good defense last year, and they got some really good players returning.
Hey, I got more faith in McClellan that year we beat J.A. Perry in the season opener than I got in the Cowboys. High school, homegrown. Hey,
but I just wonder, we and Dak is gonna just kind of don't set himself apart and be an elite quarterback. He's been starting for a while, same team.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Defense is good. Like, what's it gonna take for him just to kind of turn the page?
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how the difference between when you coach a Tom Brady versus a Dak Prescott. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what the coaches tell them to each player to get those players out of there to bring out their full potential.
I don't know if it's coach or individual or scheme though. Sometimes the scheme can make a difference too. I know some quarterbacks can throw with anticipation and some quarterbacks can't. I think that make a difference too. Like they can throw a player open. I don't know if that can do that. It was like, when you look at the highlights, like they got to be open for them to throw it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so you're talking about scheme and skill is different. So we can't run that scheme with you because you don't have the skill to run that scheme.
Right.
Sometimes you got to slow down your offense, or you got to run what they can run,
right,
and maybe kind of build them up to where they want them to be.
I mean, you look at their whole roster here. I like CD Lamb. CD Lamb is excellent, man. Let's see. Everybody else, they did their thing. I think Tony Pollard was decent. I mean, dude, this is hard, man. This is rough, man.
Yeah. And we're looking at millionaires. These are players everybody can pay.
Man, this is rough, man. I could only Cooper Rush did decent. When he got in.
Cooper Rush whack. Let's see. Brandon Cooks, if he's not injured, he'd be pretty good, but I think it's all predicated on the quarterback, though. That's what's going to happen.
This is horrible, man. This is really horrible, bro.
I know they got happy. They got Gilmore
coming back.
Man.
Hey, that's the only really good defensive player. I thought DeMarcus Lawrence was gonna be better, but it seemed like he kind of go in and out. He kind of like streaky, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna play a lot better this year.
Hey, let's look at those Eagles, man. See what's up with them.
Well, look at the Eagles, man.
Yeah, man. Look at it.
Of course, I mean, look.
Yeah, man. We look at this
team in the league.
Man, look at this. Look at these guys. These guys 0-1 in the preseason, man.
That's the preseason, man. You don't count the preseason, man. Are you kidding me?
Man, might as well with those guys. Oh man, my guys are 0-1.
A streak is a streak. A losing streak, a winning streak.
That's right. It's a streak. Let's see. Oh man, hey, dude,
that's Jalen Hurts.
Mm-hmm.
This is a depth chart. We can work.
Yeah, I can do something with this. Yeah. Oh man, the wideouts look pretty good. Oh my goodness.
Running back decent. Well, I have to look at his highlights this year.
Jalen Hurts developing more as a whole quarterback. Game,
and
that's
the thing. That's crazy. Like, what is Dak doing that he can't develop in there? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Like, what's the difference?
I don't think
you got all the tools. You can make the throws. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if it's playing to his arm strength because he got a nice arm on him, but it seems like in those big plays, he gets a little loosey-goosey with it. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about Jalen Hurts? You talking about Jalen Hurts?
I ain't talking about Jalen. I'm talking about Dak.
I don't think Dak got an arm. I think it's not about the arm. It's about being able to put that ball there. Some people like Peyton Manning didn't have a rocket arm, but he just knew how to throw that thing to get it there. You know what I'm saying? You know how to, like, when he throw an out route, he going to get that out route before you get to the end. The ball going to be out, though, when you turn that corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody can't throw the ball. They kind of nervous. They think they're going to get picked off.
And and trust me, I don't like saying this this name, but we got to give this guy some respect. Tom Brady, man, he knows how to get the football where it belongs, man.
Yeah, I mean, even with Tom Brady,
I don't have a problem with Tom Brady, but I'm saying he wouldn't have gotten the game
with
Bill Belichick.
Even when Tom Brady had shoulder injuries and he didn't have the arm strength to chuck it downfield, he adjusted his game with the short throws with his 100 tight ends that he had.
Man,
he throws those short timing routes.
It seemed like the Patriots. It seemed like the Patriots could go get a wide receiver from anywhere. They're like, hey, you play for McClellan? Hey, come on up. Hey, we got you. This guy. Hey,
they got the smallest receiver. They had Wes Walker was like 5 foot nothing.
Man.
They had Danny Woodhead in the backfield. I mean, I thought I seen the dude deliver printer paper in my office.
Hey,
he probably did. He probably did. They're not gonna get no big receivers there because nobody want to do the Patriot way. Like, man, I seen Randy Moss go there. He didn't make it one year.
You see Wes Walker, man. You wouldn't even know dude's name if he was on a different team, bro.
What about Amendola? Amendola, Julian
on,
Edelman, like all these dudes, you'll see at Harvest Foods, Kroger,
man,
bagging groceries, you know
I mean?
exactly.
But they might be going to the Hall of Fame with the stats and the Super Bowls they have.
I doubt it. So what y'all think about the defense
Tom Brady
though?
adjusted his game, and with Jalen Hurts, he got better. Like last year, they lost some games and they won some games, but he was getting better. Even though they were winning, he didn't get lazy winning. They were getting better and better. He was getting better up until the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, he played a great game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that one mistake, man, cost him, man. That one little turnover, man.
It's chest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's chest. Yep. You make that wrong move. Once you hit that clock, what's it Melchizedek? You make that wrong move and hit that clock. You can't take it back.
Oh, you can't take it back. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's checkmate. I hope he knows that move.
Yes, sir. It's checkmate. So what y'all think about? Did they run a 3-4 last year? Or did they run a 4-3? They ran a 4-3 last year? I thought they ran a 3-4 for some reason. Remember they all run the 4-3. Yeah, Brandon Fletcher Cox, though. He that dude, though. The D tackle. Yeah, that's why I thought they ran a 3-4 because Fletcher Cox a big dude, man.
Yeah.
I thought he was at 3-4. I thought it was like the Patriots, man. Yeah, that D tackle seemed like it's starting to be the premier position. It used to be D ends. Now it seems like D tackle starting to take over, man.
You got to control that line of scrimmage.
You do, you do got to control that line, yeah. I know they'd be so, man. I can't imagine.
They ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? If the team has the ability to run the ball on, you know what I mean.
And then what's their corners? Darius Slay and Bradbury.
As a side note, I kind of really want to see Jameis Winston do something this year.
Yeah, I mean, he looked kind of good. They played a preseason game.
Jameis Winston is like it's like one of those high-end cars. Every time you fix it, you say, I'm ready to drive it, something else break on it.
You be rooting.
I like Jameis Winston. I do. I want him to do so good, but every time I see he get the momentum, something happens, man. I don't know.
I mean, I've been watching Jameis Winston since he's been playing Florida State. Yeah. And he's been, I mean, I like Jameis Winston.
He's a prototypical quarterback. That's what you want your quarterback to be.
I feel like
what, 6'3"? What, 6'3", 240 or so? I don't know how big the dude is, but that's what you want.
He throws the ball good. He got good arm strength. He moves well. It just don't be happening for him. You know,
it's unbelievable. He was on the same team with the Bucks, and Tom Brady come and they win the championship.
I mean, it's Tom Brady, man.
1 year removed,
Tom Brady
man.
on the Eagles, and they're a different team, bro.
Nah.
Dude,
so
Tom
you
Brady
think
is that guy?
Would the Eagles won the Super Bowl if they had Tom Brady?
Definitely. I'm saying yes. I'm voting yes. Man, the only reason why they beat Tom Brady because Jalen Hurts didn't have it. The only reason why they beat Jalen Hurts because he didn't have experience. Man, Tom Brady would have picked that defense apart as weak as they were playing. Oh my goodness!
They beat Tom. Tom beat him once, and the Chiefs beat Tom once.
Mm-hmm.
They beat him twice. The Chiefs beat him twice.
You get Tom that same team. I believe the Eagles win.
I don't think the Eagles O-line is catered for a pocket passer though. That's my opinion.
Don't protect Tom.
I don't think they cater for a pocket. You got to have an O-line that's solid for Tom Brady. Because he kind of like Dan Marino. He going to stand in the pocket and throw that thing, but he going to get his block knocked off too. And that's the kind of why he retired. Them hits start to hurt when you get older.
I mean, shoot. I mean,
I'm going with Mike on that one, but
yeah.
So when you go to the playoffs, those are seasons are long. That's a lot of games.
So you guys are telling me that Tom Brady on the Eagles don't win a Super Bowl? Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that game.
A lot of games, Jalen Hurts won by his feet, by willing the game with his legs. Tom Brady is not willing the game with his legs.
I'm not talking about the path to the Super Bowl. I'm talking about the Super Bowl game.
That game, that standalone game.
No, man, I'm giving it to Tom.
No.
You can't. Go to bed, baby.
No. I think they knew Tom Brady was coming probably threw a birdie. He probably didn't directly tell him. So they loaded up the offensive lines. Like, dude, we finna get Tom Brady next year. Let's go ahead and make this investment. And even when the offensive line started to break down in New England, injuries started happening. You started to see Tom Brady starting to get hit. You see him on the sideline. Come on, guys. I can't take these hits, man. he get mad at the mother. So, they changed the rules for him. Like, man, you can't be hitting Tom Brady in the legs. It's the face of the league, man. You can't be doing that, man.
Hey, man. Hey, they do it in every sport. So, I mean.
And the Eagles, when you notice, though, that's why he looks so good, because you see him taking off. But if a quarterback can't take off, and you look at most teams that pay their quarterbacks a lot of money, it seems like they don't really invest in offensive line like they should. And that quarterback got to be mobile. It's almost like it's a requirement now. You have to be mobile now. You know what I'm saying?
And we look at Pat Mahomes. Look at Pat Mahomes. I mean, this guy, if he keeps playing like this, man, this guy's he's the only quarterback I've seen that can really either match up with Tom Brady's stats or surpass them.
Yeah. So, and he got a good
Andy Reid. He started doing it very early. You know what I mean? Yeah. He won early, so that gives him the potential with the longevity kind of to catch him.
Yeah. Like Donovan McNabb.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when he got hurt, when his line started breaking down, he played good hurt.
Yeah.
But, man, he know how to throw that ball, though. The way he can throw the ball, he one of them quarterbacks that can throw a receiver open. Like, he not afraid to launch that mud, like, even if he know the receiver can go get it. You know what I'm saying?
He got some he got the flashiness of Aaron Rodgers, but like with the whole discipline of Tom Brady, man. He got it all.
Aaron Rodgers, in his prime, Aaron Rodgers is kind of like Terry Bradshaw. He just know how to whip that thing. I think he like throwing balls with spirals, even if it's like some weird kind of ball. It has to look good. He just kind of remind me of one of them dudes, man. It got to be a certain way, or he ain't gonna like it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
perfectionist almost. I like Aaron Rodgers though.
When Pat Mahomes, he did it with all kind of different receivers, different teams, different offenses.
I think it's scheme too. I think it's scheme.
He did it with a traditional running back, pass catching running back, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, a lot of other possession receivers. And, you see a lot of quarterbacks, when they get out of their comfort zone, when they lose their go-to receiver, it take a year or 2 years to adjust. But he was just like, hey, I lost.
I mean, Andy Reid's offense, Andy Reid's offense is like probably bar none. I mean, top 3 offensive schemes. I mean, him and Shanahan maybe, and trying to think of who else will have a good offense. But hey, Andy Reid play calling is pretty crazy. He always get like a good tight end or receiver that kind of fit his scheme. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Travis Kelce just run what the defense give him. I don't know if he even run like a specific route. If they run a cover 3,
get open.
Exactly. Just get open on the cover to you.
And then it's like Andy Reid's like a lot. Dick Vermeil, you know what I mean, Norv Turner, and a lot of Mike Marks. They came in with those offenses.
Yeah.
And they changed the game, but people kind of learned, they had their card, and they figured them out. They watched the film on them. But then Andy Reid still kind of on the cutting edge, even though he's been 10, 15, 20 years in the league, he's still coming up with new things, and he's doing his own thing.
He put the right pieces, the right coordinators. He put the right coordinators around him. He got the right coaching staff. I feel like when I looked at the Eagles play, they didn't make the transitions. They didn't go in. It seemed like nobody was studying the tape. It seemed like they was gonna run the same play, and it cost them in the end.
Yeah, then he see how he do with that Bieniemy go this year. He went over the commander. So he over there like what's my coach name? And McClellan, not Gunn, but God.
Chambers.
Yeah, he like Coach Chambers. He said he over there like Coach Chambers. Hey, you puck on head, boy. Hit the egg up, you puck on head, boy. The players like he over there too intense. He too intense in practice. Coach Gunn, he went to the NFL. A lot of players be like laughing like, hey, listen to this dude. Hey, what are you doing out there? Get on the offensive line. I'm not gonna tell you again. Oh man. Do y'all think coach's voice make a difference, man?
I do.
Voice make a difference, man.
I think I think more so than the coach's voice. their ability to win. I feel like people could care less if you whatever you sound like. If you can win, you can teach people how to win. I think people will listen to you.
They buy into a winning system. You know what I mean? If it looks shaky,
Wishbone is not a winning system, dog.
Well, I mean, Joe Gibbs and the Hogs, they did a lot of stuff with their running gun and things like that. But winning always is the language everybody speaks.
Yeah. So do y'all think?
I was impressed with McClellan because we didn't always get like the head stars like Central and Hall did. We didn't get those guys that were, those big. But man, the guys that we had,
we had some studs though. I mean,
you what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
We didn't get the guys that we had. Man, they were great. You get what I'm saying? They played tough. You remember Tavares James?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody seen Tavares James play? That boy was cold.
Yeah.
When I tell you, man, that small, man, on the line, that's skinny, and he turning people around. Offensive linemen. I mean, that's what I'm saying when it comes down to McClellan.
Gotta get a shout out to my boy T Knight, man. T Knight. I think he just got in the Hall of Fame for arena football.
Which one?
Tyler Knight up in the North Dakota. He got into the Hall of Fame and in his college at Mississippi Valley State. He got in the Hall of Fame there too. Hall of Fame, yeah.
Look at this. I mean, we had guys that like grew up in the neighborhood, right?
Oh my God, yeah,
with just exceptional skill.
Yeah.
Our practice facilities went top notch.
No, absolutely.
We didn't have top notch equipment, top notch coaches. We played with what we had, and we did well with it.
That Fieldhouse probably was so hot, man. You probably sweat out 3 pounds.
If you talk to these athletes, win or lose, even if they beat McClellan, they felt it. You know what I mean? Those guys was hitting. Those guys were fast. Those guys were tough. That wasn't going to be an easy win.
Man, we had.
So I'm gonna put y'all on the spot, man. Cedric Cobbs or Dedrick Poole. If you need a running back for your team,
Are we talking about high school? I mean,
Yeah, high school when they was at their prime in high school. Yeah.
Well, Cedric Cobbs was like a grown man. It's like a freight train or like a line.
I like Dedrick Poole. I don't know what I like Dedrick Poole. I like the flashiness of Dedrick Poole, man. He kind of remind me of Bo Jackson a little bit. The flashiness he had. Dedrick Poole.
I'm going Cobbs, man. Cobbs
was cool too, man.
Dude, Cobbs even did it. Cobbs did it. He did it in high school. He did it in college, and then he done it in the NFL. I gotta go say it.
Even when he stopped playing football, he still had a football body.
Cedric Cobbs is like genuinely big.
Yeah, I think he could have been in Marvel. He could have been in a Marvel movie, bro.
Adrian Peterson,
man. Yeah.
But Dedrick, man, kick return, man, he was just a traditional back. He was deceptively strong. Fast. He looked like a regular person that would run you over, shake you, and outrun you. And you just really don't.
Yeah, shout out to both of them. I just had to throw that. It was funny. They love them dudes at Dedrick Poole.
Y'all remember Damian Ashford?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Dude, that boy is cold, man.
Ty Forte, man. Dude had the coldest name. You cannot forget the name Ty Forte. You can't forget the name like that.
Dude, Damian Ashford, that dude was so cold, man. Yeah. I mean, I remember the 10th grade, I was playing football over there at Fair, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that dude was crazy. I mean, before I went to school at McClellan, that dude was crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, he was.
I've never seen a guy could stop on a dime, cut on a dime, and man, I ain't never seen that.
And speed back up and outrun you.
And not blow his hamstrings out.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of player. I was like, dang, I've never seen that until I went over there, man. I was like, man, this is all. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about McClellan athletes. Dude, we had some great athletes.
For sure.
A guy like Damon Ashford, man, come on. They were all going to different schools. Man,
Eric Steen, dude, he used to live over there down the street from Lonely, where Lonely is now, a couple of streets down. He literally ran from his house where Lonely is to the Southwest Boys Club, the recreation center. He just running full speed just to see if he could do it. Man, that's crazy. I probably would stop probably at rallies if I can make it that far. Run
Dude,
the
I was at Cloverdale with the Stinger, man. Hey,
yeah.
Eric Steen, that dude, that dude is just fast, man. I don't know if football was his proclivity, but I know running was his thing.
Oh,
yeah. I don't know if football was just. I don't even. Did he went to run track in college?
He played football too. Dude could do the best Coach Gunn impression, man.
Dude, great. Dude was fast,
like,
man. That
dude
he
was
fast.
Yeah, he was fast.
Now track, man, dude, man, nobody catching Eric Steen. I don't care.
Yeah, him and Leroy, rest in peace, Leroy, my boy Leroy. But yeah, him and Leroy, man, yeah, them dudes were fast.
Leroy, Tavares passed away too. As a matter of fact, him and Leroy.
Yeah, man. Rest in peace to them dudes. Yeah, so going back to NFL, which one you guys think gonna have a better season, Trey Lance or Justin Fields?
Hold on. Before we skip over this, okay. Stinger, if you see this, man, hey, we know you one of the baddest guys on the planet. Hey, ain't too many people catching you. Yeah.
Dude could have been in the Olympics if he wanted to. I think he could have really ran in the Olympics, man. Easy. I remember we in the summertime we used to watch Michael Johnson over his house, man. His mom make that homemade ice cream. We watching Michael Johnson run the 400, man. But yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
Leroy, him and Leroy, they were making names in the neighborhood. Him and Leroy, dude. I mean, the fast dudes. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like being in an environment with that type of talent. Imagine if those guys had different type of coaches. Imagine if we had the money to create those type of athletes where those guys would have probably ended up.
Yeah.
If they ended up playing college football. You get what I'm saying? Like
they were playing for UCA. He actually did really. He might be in the Hall of Fame at UCA eventually. They're probably gonna put him in the Hall of Fame if he's not already in there.
I definitely think
because he plays safety. He plays safety for him. He's pretty good too. We just go watch his games and stuff. So
I wish I could have got a chance to see him play a little bit more ball.
Man, we should kick it to UCA, man. Oh my God, boy, them was the days, boy. Kick it to UCA, man.
Hey, man. Hey, I was in Atlanta, so you know, hey.
God. I went there this summer, man. Atlanta reminded me of Little Rock, just bigger, man. I don't know why. It's just bigger.
It felt more homely when I was there. It reminded me of home a lot, really. When I was down there in the city, they've gotten a lot bigger and a lot of metropolitan, but you know,
So who y'all think gonna have a better season this year, Trey Lance or Justin Fields?
Trey Lance did look good tonight.
That's a preseason game, though, man.
But I mean, if you can't look good in preseason, I mean, his release, his windup took a long time, really setting his feet. He couldn't run that offense, you know what I mean? Even in preseason, I hope he does better. He looked really good when they kind of rolled the pocket, bootlegs, kind of got him off play action. On quick throws, he looked better. But running a kind of that more traditional offense, and I'm not going to put that solely on him. It's the whole team, because the whole team looked kind of like trash. They weren't able to get anything going. Yeah. But
looking at both of them, I think we need to reserve our judgment until we see them play more.
For sure. But based on what I saw, it's kind of night getting the rust off. I mean, they've been doing something all preseason. Last year, he's been watching tape. You know what I mean? And this is what they're presenting to us. You know what I mean? Yeah. He getting paid. He getting paid now.
I think.
When I get paid to do a job, they want me to do that job. So
which you going Fields for right now? It's hard.
I think this is what happened, right? I think
he's gonna be good in
I think San Francisco want to bail on. They want to bail on Trey Lance. I think they shouldn't have drafted him. They should have drafted somebody else. I don't know what they was thinking, and I think the Bears are trying to get stuff around Justin Fields now after he ran for his life last year. They got him a receiver from the Panthers. I forgot the dude's name. He's pretty good, though. They got a receiver. I think it was DJ, I think. They got a receiver from the Panthers. I think they got some other stuff in play. We're going to see if he can throw the ball. But I don't know, man. Chicago cold, man. Man, I don't know, man. It's hard in Chicago, man. They haven't had a really good team since like what's that dude name played for Vanderbilt? And he wasn't that good though. What's my guy name? Used to like dude too. Played for Denver too. What's that quarterback?
Jay Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler. Yeah, really kind of ain't really been that good. Even he was pedestrian at best. But I think San Francisco's out on Trey Lance. I think they're really trying to shop him around.
My only positive thing is when you kind of start off low or bad, the expectations are low. You can't do nothing but go up.
I mean, that sounds good, but when you they leveraged all their draft picks and trades to get you, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Potential sound good until you can't tap into it.
Yeah. But I mean, it's early. It's still early.
Well, I think we should just reserve it, watch them a few more times, and see what's gonna shake.
Yeah, we'll get back together. Yeah, we'll come back together and see. Yeah. So what do you think about the Jets this year, man? Let's look at their depth chart real quick. What do you think about the Jets?
Oh man, it's another waste of our good time.
They got Aaron Rodgers now. You don't like the Jets?
Man, come on. I mean,
which Aaron Rodgers are we gonna get though? Which Aaron Rodgers are we gonna get?
I thought you said you like Aaron Rodgers.
I do like Aaron Rodgers, man, but that's gonna be.
No, I don't think
the depth chart.
Well,
I do like Sauce. I do like that cornerback though.
Let's look at the depth chart then.
I do like that cornerback though, Sauce Gardner, man. I like Sauce though.
Let's look. Aaron Rodgers. Okay, he checks out.
Brees Hall, I don't know who that is, but he's questionable, so I don't know if he gets a chance to play. Garrett Wilson, Allen Lazard, Corey Davis. The Randall Cobb, did he play for the Packers at one time?
Yep.
A long time ago, but he probably slow now. He probably ain't that good like he used to be though. That's probably by his second string.
Ain't no telling.
Corey Davis, Tyler.
Dude, man.
They ain't looking good.
They looking good.
Dude.
But I mean, it can't be no different than what he had for the Packers. He had nobody with the Packers. He was still throwing to them dudes after Devontae left.
Hey man, I guess the only thing we can say is, man, we'll have to watch them.
I like Sauce though. That's my dude though, man. Sauce Gardner, man, he pretty good. I like him, man.
We're gonna have to see. He's
a young corner. He was holding it down last year. He pretty good. He probably in the top 10 top corners, man.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see where he's at.
So let's go to our slides then. Let's go back to who y'all think. If you could pick right now, like a preseason pick, it may change, but who you thinking about Super Bowl?
Man,
this year, your prediction. Who you think?
Man, it's very the NFL is so difficult, man. When you try to make a pick, because man.
Well, let me ask you this before y'all pick. Let me ask you this: do you think every team, when they start the season, think they got a chance to win the Super Bowl? Do you think that?
Yeah, I don't think so. On that same
I don't think so. So you think the coach? You think the coach think they can win the Super Bowl?
They probably drinking that sauce. You can't. I wouldn't want a person on my team like that.
Well,
not drinking that sauce.
Some teams don't.
I know you.
Don't have the juice. They can have the juice. Maybe next year.
Unless you got Jim Jones as your coach.
Dude, if you ain't drinking the sauce, you can't be on my squad, man. You gotta drink that.
That's just kind of unrealistic. You know,
the coach don't got a chance, man.
They call it irrational confidence. You need irrational confidence, man, to play professional sports.
Man.
I don't want to pay guys millions of dollars talking about, well, I don't know if we're gonna win. I'm thinking about man. If you get paid that type of money, I want you to feel like I'm gonna win. Okay, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, and then football is different. That's a man's game. You gotta go every time, and you gotta push somebody every time you get anything. Every yard you get, you gotta get over another man. So to go in the game and say these other men are gonna roll over me, it's crazy.
And guess what? In the NFL, if they think like this, it's gonna happen every time. Because them guys, that's why you have
teams going like 2-16 or whatever, 2-15, man.
Push it down.
Something, man. You know the Texans, they ain't got a chance. Colts ain't got a chance.
Man.
Browns don't got a chance, even though they got what's name their quarterback. They don't got a chance.
Nah, man, they feel like they got a chance. They gonna do it.
But they got a chance to sell tickets. Sure, they got a chance to sell tickets. Sure.
The Browns gonna get over 10 wins. The Browns gonna get over 10 wins.
You think so?
Yeah.
No.
What about Lamar Jackson? What is he gonna do?
He probably gonna play. Yeah, man, that dude's unreal, man.
I
think he's like a
I'm
Michael
gonna go
Vick.
with my Eagles, but I know really in the NFL you can't really tell into the playoffs.
I'm going to it's a repeat of the Super Bowl.
You think so? You don't think the Ravens can beat them in the AFC?
I think the Raiders gonna make the playoffs.
The Raiders, man, get out, man. There you go, man.
Man, this is
the Raiders.
You said everything can win.
So you like Jimmy G? So you liking Jimmy G now? That's what you telling me?
Of course not. But
so how you think they're gonna make the playoffs with Jimmy G?
Miracles happen. I don't know.
Man,
I don't know.
Man, I respect it.
I can't explain what God be doing, but he be doing it. So
hey, man, I respect, man, you have an irrational confidence, irrespective to like that's probably not gonna happen. The Raiders are probably gonna be watching with us, but you know what? It doesn't matter. You know, hey, as long as they don't believe they're gonna be watching with us, who knows? Hey,
look, the Cowboys do it every year. You know what I mean? So they have a whole league in the fans.
What do you think about? What do you think about Cincinnati? You think they're gonna re-up this year?
Man, it's hard. That's another hard one, man.
But another team that's hard I think about is the Titans, man. If they can stay healthy, D-Hop, and then what's the name running the ball?
Henry.
Now you can't double team no more. You just gotta let them run the ball. Man, it's gonna be a lot, man.
But they're gonna find a way to stop you. You know what I mean? They're gonna a bus can get flat tires. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Who you telling?
You trying to get like what 30 carries a game?
Judge, your team in the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, I respect it, bro, but I don't. I mean, I even like that they are in the West Coast. You know, I stayed in LA for like 12 years. So I respect.
Hey, you know, they in Las Vegas now. Like it was last year was weird because it was they supposed to be their year. They got of course the situation was settled. They got
whack.
Didn't work out. But they led the league in rushing. They had
where's Pete Carroll at?
See, he's still in Seattle.
Man,
you know he got Geno up there playing like he all pro, man. Geno. He got Geno up there balling, man.
Well, you can't count anywhere Pete Carroll's. Can't count them out. So
no, you can't count them out.
What about? I'm going with my Eagles. John, so what's going with the Raiders?
Yeah, he's going with the Raiders, yeah.
But I really think the Kansas City Chiefs gonna repeat.
Think so?
Yeah, for sure.
I gotta see how healthy the Ravens gonna be. I think what's the name for to have a breakout year? I'm gonna go on the record saying it.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, Action Jackson. Who we call him, Action Jackson.
Like, who can you say can really beat the Kansas City Chiefs?
Nobody.
I think it's health. I think it's health. I think it'd be health to beat them. They defense.
Exactly. You say, hey man, they gonna beat they tell. They can't really be that good.
No, they defense is suspect. If they don't fix their defense, I don't think they're gonna be able to.
It's gonna come down to coaching. It's gonna come down to making transitions. It's gonna come down to teams playing. It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's why I say in the NFL, you ain't gonna know anything into the playoffs. Really, the playoffs are going.
Patrick Mahomes keep getting better.
He does.
He keeps getting.
But the defense has to match it though. You're gonna have to keep playing the outscoring game. Sometimes they don't always.
Fire. Kansas City has a fire defense.
No, they don't.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Jalen Hurts making that turnover, that would have been a really tight chess game to play. Jalen Hurts had that one turnover. That would have been, you know that, man. If he wouldn't have had that fumble, that would have.
Who put the noose on Jalen Hurts' neck that made the game that tight? He could have, if their defense was that trash.
Because he outscored him because he got to try to score.
Listen, Jalen Hurts would have been winning by 3 touchdowns if their defense was that bad.
Yeah, I believe they're decent. I believe they're good defense. I believe this year. I believe this year we're gonna see a lot better maneuvers out of them than we saw last year.
I think the Chiefs secondary is a little bit better than their front seven. It's their front seven that's suspect. The only one as good as Chris Jones. That's the only person. The D tackle. That's it.
This happens.
Name the linebacker. Name the middle linebacker for the Chiefs.
No, this happens
all
the time.
Middle linebacker for the Chiefs.
This happens all the time with good offenses. Every time you got
Google it. You can't think off the top of your head.
Look, every time you got a Hall of Fame quarterback, you can't name the defenses. You can't name the defenses.
What you talking about? With Troy Aikman, you had Woodson back there? Man, you had Haley, you had Charles Haley.
Man, the only time you really notice the defense is when the Ravens won.
The Ravens, and they always talk about the Patriots D, the whole defense, not a particular player.
So you saying it was a defensive one, not Tom Brady? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh.
Nobody remembers the defense.
Yeah.
What you mean? They had Vrabel, they had Willie McGinnis. They had Willie McGinnis, man. Teddy Bruschi. Rodney Harrison. We just had Rodney Harrison and Steve Atwater. We was talking about them the other day.
When role players.
When Baltimore won, I think that's
Baltimore, that was a whole nother animal. That's a whole nother animal.
That's the only reason why we really we noticed defense, man. Their defense was crazy.
Man, Cowboys had prime time, Darren Woodson. Man, you crazy.
You name any good? Name any good.
San Francisco, when they won the Super Bowl before Deion went to the Cowboys, when they had the defense, man.
Who's on their defense?
Man, they had. I think Charles Haley played for them. That's why he went and got him.
One player.
Deion Sanders, Tyrone Hankerson.
No. You talking about Burton Hanks?
Yeah, Burton Hanks. That was Burton Hanks.
But man, we're not talking about Hall of Fame guys. Anytime,
Joe Montana, the dude other dude cut his finger off to play football, bro.
Listen, anytime you talk about those Peyton Manning teams that won the Super Bowl, anybody.
They had Dwight Freeney and Bob Sanders.
Anybody.
And Tony Johnson cover too.
All of it, bro. This is a reach, bro.
Huh?
I will say I'm gonna have to side with John on this. You got the propensity to remember offensive people, more offensive players. Versus
you gotta have both.
Players. You gotta have both.
Tell
me who's on the Eagles defense. I think they ranked the number one defense in the.
They had Javon Curse. You talking about this year? That defensive guy. It was we just looked at. I think it was, what was his name? Fletcher Cox, the DD tackle. Fletcher Cox. He was pretty good. He was a run stopper, man. But I didn't really. I'm not even a big Eagles guy.
LA won, you know what I mean? And you don't really,
even with Tom Brady, the Tampa Bay had the best defense. That's why they won. They had the best defense.
Who was on that Tampa Bay defense?
They had Shaq. They had a good D-line. They had Adama Kasu, matter of fact.
Okay, that's one.
Then they had a quarterback running that cover too, that little gimmick cover too. Man.
Every team you talk about, you one or two players.
Most teams have one or two skilled players on each side. What are you talking about?
Man.
But you talking about
except for the Patriots, they had a lot of skilled players, man. When they beat the Rams, they had the better defense than the Rams. That's what kind of stopped the Rams. They had Willie McGinnis out there, man. Rodney Harrison. Did they have Asante Samuel that year on their team? Man, I don't know. I think that man did. I mean, dude.
When you talk about Kurt Warner's team, you know what I mean, the greatest show on turf, you don't talk about their defense.
What's the name? Aeneas Williams? Aeneas Williams?
One player.
Huh?
One or two players every time from a defense, a whole defense. It's 11, 22. It's 22 people on the defense, and you are talking about one, and then you say,
it's on offense. You only remember two or three players on offense.
You only
remember two or three players on offense too, though. That's the thing.
Hey, let me pitch this out to y'all. Everybody think the cheetah was mad. You think the cheetah regret that decision?
No, because he already had a championship. I don't think he regretted. He want the bag because he wouldn't have got $100 million. He wouldn't have got $100 million playing for the Chiefs. He wasn't gonna get that.
This is a money grab. You get your championship, you get your legacy solidified, then you get your money.
And he in Miami, the best weather. He in the best weather.
He live in Miami. He lives in Miami right now. And they had a chance. He had that other dude, Waddle, on the other side of the field, which could have left him with one-on-one situations, sometimes deep. Even though if he didn't match skill wise, and a quarterback could have lived up to potential, Tua could have been good. You know what I mean? So he had opportunity, potential to win, and he got his money. Best case scenario, and he's living in Miami right now.
Yeah, what he gonna do is get the bag, get his stats up, so he can have the legacy stats. He already got the championship.
Hey, guess what? In 3 years, maybe he might go back to the Chiefs.
Nah,
and they might continue.
He's talking too reckless. He's talking too reckless. He's not going back to the Chiefs. He's talking too reckless. He's not going back to the Chiefs. I can tell you that right now.
I don't know.
Things change. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I don't know if he should have left this last year. I think he should have.
Hey man, man. Somebody offer you $100 million, man. Somebody offer you $100 million.
My business is generational wealth. For some jewelry that I already got. No, that's individual accolades and
you
money.
talking about now when you making $100 million, you probably can out earn your bad habits at that point. You making $100 million.
Yeah, so I mean he's going receiving touchdowns, yards, try to be the MVP or something like crap like that, be the fastest man in the league, get some endorsement deals, and then maybe in a couple of years he can be chasing championships, but it's not the case now.
Yeah, I'm glad the Eagles took care of Jalen Hurts, but what do you think about them investing in the offensive line, though, Mel? You think they're gonna be able to invest since they paid him the money? You think they're gonna be able to get him offensive line, or you gonna have to use his legs a lot more?
I'm hoping that they can be crafty when it comes down to get the offensive linemen they can play the game.
Because boy, if you don't get that old line, boy, in the NFC, they got a lot of DNs coming at you too, man.
And you got some hungry cats out here.
They're hungry, boy. Woo.
Gonna play.
You know, Mikey home.
With Andy Reid, he kind of do stuff with the line play, quick passes to trick the defensive line, misdirection, short passes, even when he don't have the run game.
Yeah.
So it's coaching. Coaching really makes a difference. Racism or whatever you call it, some coaches keep getting jobs. You know, like the Josh McDaniels with the Raiders. How many chances you gonna get it? Like people keep saying you're a genius. When you gonna prove you're a genius?
Yeah.
And then other coaches, different ethnicities can't get even one opportunity, but you keep getting opportunities to be a head coach without being an assistant, without being nothing. Some stuff you did when you was at the Patriots 10, 15 years ago as an assistant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I wish I could live my rip. Like some stuff I did in high school, I can get a job that's paying me 6 figures now from some stuff I did in high school. It don't work like that in the real world with us.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Coach out.
Now you're talking my language because I hated how they did Avery Johnson with the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How is this man gonna build up the Dallas Mavericks and then you give Rick Carlisle the championship? They did the same thing. They did that
with Tony Dungy. They did that with Tony Dungy.
Mark Jackson in Golden State. He built those boys up, got them playing well, and then they go give it over to Steve Kerr.
Well, did it Tony Dungy?
Tony
Dungy did the same thing with the Colts.
With the Buccaneers. No, with the Buccaneers. Yeah, he built the team on the ground.
Then John Gruden, going to do anything. He did the same thing. They build the culture the hard way.
Yeah.
They get people to buy in the system, see it working, and then right before it blossoms, you get somebody to kind of do the thing.
How you win a Super Bowl and then you're not coaching anymore? That Tony Dungy thing really bothers me. Really bothers me.
Did he retire though, or did he leave? I thought he retired though. As the coach, I thought he retired.
No, I mean, if you don't give me a job as a head coach, I'm not taking an assistant coach job.
He put Jim Caldwell on.
So I'm going to retire.
Yeah, he put Jim Caldwell. He put Jim Caldwell on it. I don't think Jim Caldwell. I think he may have got on with the Lions, but I think he put him on though after he left.
I don't like the pressure that they put on coaches of color. I don't like when they do it to those quarterbacks either.
A black quarterback got to win now, or he a bust.
He's no. Yeah. I mean,
they don't develop black quarterbacks the same.
They don't.
Even what's the coach for the Steelers? Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
He He loses. He has one losing season or regular season where he win. He go 500. He win the same amount. He's on the hot seat.
Boy.
If he don't win 14 games, he on the hot seat. He been winning.
But for regular people, that happen in real life too, though, bro. You think about
exactly. I mean,
black principles. Think about black principles,
man.
About black principles.
I feel like, you're right. With people of color, you talking about people of color, right?
Yes.
With people of color, that happens a lot. I'm saying, and you know, I don't even like. I hate that this is something that is and that must be talked about and spoken on. But even, you know, as men in the field of if whatever you are, you know, you got to be exceptional. You can't be half nothing.
Yeah.
Your
mind has to be so conditioned to endure it too. Your mind has to be conditioned.
Like I said, the other coach, he keep getting head coaching jobs.
Man.
He has no accolades to speak of, no hardware, an assistant variety, but they keep getting jobs.
Man, I want to ask y'all this one question. How in the world is Andy Dalton still a quarterback in the NFL?
Same reason how Rich Gannon was still a quarterback in the NFL.
Tony Romo got to stink up the place.
Well,
I'm messing with Jake. I know he like Rich Gannon. That was his boy, man.
You know, some people get.
Let me tell y'all something.
Man.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't have a problem with people getting second chances. I just don't want it to be a discriminatory act when quarterbacks of color don't get those same opportunities. I still feel like Michael Vick had a lot of football in him. I feel like they shoot him off. I mean, the way they assassinated his career, man, was horrible. Man. I mean, I've never seen any other player in the history of professional sports be taken through what he got taken through for something he was not directly at.
That's why we make the Thinking Game podcast for you. Try to get them to think. You got to really play chess out here, man. Because once you punch down that clock, you can't take it back.
Man, you know, I look at a lot of these issues where I feel like that's bringing undue stress to a lot of people, a lot of professionals, a lot of men in professional sports of color. You know, I think that we need to fight for you know, being treated with equal rights and
also too, I think too, we gotta somehow. If I had the money, all the money in the world, I would do that, man. Build a center in Southwest and condition our kids early to understand what you're dealing with, what you're going up against. Sometimes, like a lot of kids, like, you know, if you never had $100 million and all you know is like stuff in the hood, like dog fighting, shooting dice and stuff like that, what you think they're gonna do when they get $100 million? They don't even know what a Roth IRA is. They don't know what a hedge fund is. All they know is what they know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of stuff you kind of get them. Looks like, you know, when you go to this level, you got to think on this level now. You can't take, you know, the inner city level. You got to get out of that box now. You know what I'm saying? You're not in that box no more.
I do think we need players like you speak of to break the cycle. But a lot of the systems have been put in place for these things to occur, and then when they do occur, we penalize them. You know. I mean, poverty is a disease, man, and with that disease, it comes a lot of behaviors that you were speaking of, you know, and
that's struggle behavior, you know.
That's right. I mean, what does a man with all that money have to do with fighting dogs? You know, it doesn't make sense.
I'm saying, but if that's all you know, I'm saying, and you come from that, I'm just saying, like some people they come from that. I mean, it's like
it's like wrong, you know, it's right and right.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying, bro. I understand, right. But I'm saying if that's all you know, right? If that's all you know, you never been taught nothing else to expose.
I think sometimes when you're desensitized to the things you do.
Yes.
If you ever been around somebody who smokes marijuana or crack or something like that all the time, they ride with it in their car because that's normal to them. Right. We would never think of like riding with guns or illegal guns or drugs in the car. But they don't even really see marijuana as drugs. They don't see crack as drugs or things illegal. That's normal. So when you're mistreating animals or if somebody's beating their wife and it's normal, they don't have a problem slapping their wife in front of you because it's normalized.
Yeah.
So
player lifestyle, normalized. Like a lot of kids that grew up in the inner city playing the player, right?
Right. So that's what he's speaking. I mean, this is so normal to you to do these illegal things that can enrich your fortune. It's just normal to you.
And what's and the issue is this is the issue. When does so when black people were on crack, it was the war on drugs, right? You know, now the opioid crisis
they need help.
Yeah, everybody needs help. So when do guys like Mike Vick need help versus you know, hey,
it's a war. Right.
Who's the Olympic swimmer who got caught in the stuff? Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps. Like when does he get the opportunity that Michael Phelps to get? You know, it's my thing is it's we have to stop making that great divide when it comes down to the color of people's skins and give all people the benefit of the doubt and to treat everybody with some grace. And I feel like unfortunately, even so Jackie Joyner who did those drugs, who was doping.
There's a lot of track people.
I'm talking. I think it's Jackie Joyner, beautiful lady. You know, had a hard life. You know, when do we start having grace for these people and stop trying to criticize them for all the wrong they do?
Criminalize, you know what I mean? Well, they don't know no better. That's what we expect of them. And you made a great point. It's a war on drugs when it's a crack epidemic, but people need help with this fentanyl. It's an epidemic. It's a crisis. These people need help. You know what I mean? They need programs to help them come back on track. They see it's seen
fentanyl. Fentanyl is actually killing people. Like one hit, you dead. The wrong hit. Crackheads, man. I know people that's been on crack since I've been born, bro. They still on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 40. They've been on it since I was a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
That's
tell
crazy.
You,
you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Let me tell you something. I am that whole difference that's been made based on a phenotypic expression, like something as someone's skin color. It's been is detestable, and we need as a community. If we don't start, you know, being more empathetic towards one another and having grace for one another, we're gonna start seeing more of these Alabama things that happen. You know, that break out fight in Alabama. We're gonna see these reactionary things happen because we're not coming together and being like one America. You know, we shouldn't be a black American or white American. It just should be Americans. And we got to get back to this type of ideology, because that's the ideology that made us a great country, that made people want to come over and join us, and we fought together.
When was we ever there? I don't know.
He's talking about like the melting pot where everybody can grow and have these opportunities. But it's more profitable to divide people.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, when was we there? You think about
great question. I'm talking about at least back in the day, there was a conscience with black people, right, that tried to create the whole American community, the whole American culture. Now we're moving into where black people are like separating from the whole ideology in and of itself, which is the most dangerous part of it, because, you know, we were trying to join the military to help America fight, right? We're the same people that did that. We're the same people that going over to represent America in gymnastics, in basketball, in sports, in the Olympics. So what I'm trying to say is we bought into the system, okay? Well, right now, this younger generation are not so buying into this system, and we need to stop, you know what I'm saying, this whole hatred based on the color of someone's skin. Okay, we need to stop it as a country, because if we don't stop it as a country, we're gonna see a great fallout. And how is a divided country gonna fight a foreign invader? That's my biggest issue. My issue is the global outlook. We got our dollar becoming weaker. We got rising inflation. We got a lot of things that we're facing as a country. Okay, yeah. So what I'm saying is we have to see the benefits in one America, and it can't be this half-hearted. We together as long as we fighting on the battlefield, and then when we come home, we at each other's throats. We have to kill this. We have to kill this ideology.
I'm gonna ask you this question, man. We talked about this on the podcast. It was a while ago. Do you think there was a time when men was taking their family to church and leading the family? Do you think when they started to move from that, things started to change for the worse?
Absolutely. I mean, when we come as a country, when we come less Christ-centered, I feel like as a country we open ourselves up to whatever a substitution, an invalid substitution, and I think that this country,
sweet low,
has
so we need leadership. If it ain't spiritual, it can be artificial, and then we can be misled, led astray.
That's right. You know, so we have to get
that void with something else.
That's right. There it is. We got to have Christ. If this country doesn't have Christ, then we're in trouble anyways. It ain't no
trouble.
We can act like we're together all we want to. We ain't got Christ, we're in trouble.
Yeah, it's gonna be two different things, guys.
Hey, we started off with sports. Yeah. We started off doing sports. You know, now we thinking again. So
yeah, I know, right? But yeah, man, it's pretty cool, man. I like the conversation though. I like where it's going.
But everything is connected, I think. You know,
it is. It's always connected. Yeah. Like I like to see more black owners. I know Magic Johnson just got a team, part owner anyway. He's not majority owner, he part owner, but I would love to see more of African American ownership.
I'm so disappointed in Michael Jordan's getting fleeced, his team getting taken from him.
He sold it. I don't think he got taken from him. I think he sold it.
There's a whole conspiracy saying that he allowed some man to invest some money in the stock market, and the guy instead lost the money, and then the only way he was able to pay these guys back was to sell his team. So and he said these guys are still these guys are were owners of the franchise with him at the time. So it's a whole.
So the thing, this is the thing about our community too, right? At what point does Michael Jordan take accountability if he did that?
I mean, I can guarantee you taking it now.
He getting the profit.
Because a lot of times people like.
So
I'm not saying you doing that, but
when he takes a loss, I mean his pockets are accountable. So
right, no, that's what I'm saying. But people say, I'm not saying you saying that, but I'm saying people say that the NBA took the team away. No, his decision took his team away.
No, listen,
I mean, he's still winning.
I know for a fact he won. He won financially, and maybe he probably has cemented a legacy for his children and his grandchildren. That's not the issue I'm talking about. I'm talking about the idea that a black man can own a sports team or be at the head of a basketball team franchise. Yeah. That's no longer there anymore.
But what I'm saying is, Michael Jordan.
That's two different things. What he's saying is what you.
Yeah, Michael Jordan kind of always been that guy that take risks, though. He always kind of been that guy. But I'm saying don't risk. Like, that's what I'm saying. When you understand you in a position of power like that, don't risk it. Invest it on something that you know that could fall. Don't play with house money. That's what I'm saying.
Look, listen, he didn't get to where he got following your advice.
Right. I understand that.
I mean? He wouldn't have got to that status invested. Hey, you win some, you lose some.
But you know what would have been the worst case scenario if he didn't invest?
To Mel's point, I hate that a black man lost that, the first black man to be able to do that and have that position of power.
Yeah.
With Mike, I mean,
he lost it based on his decision, though. The journey he went down.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but look, investment is that. People.
No, but what I'm saying is, we talk about this, right? We talked about this, right? There are dirty people, and there are dirty people, and there are grimy people. Before you start putting money into stuff, you got to realize who you're dealing with. Are you dealing with a dirty person or a grimy person? To me, it seemed like he was messing. If he did that, if that's true what he did, he seemed like he was messing with grimy dudes. And when you mess around with grimy dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Accountable. He's paying a price, but that's all investment.
Yeah.
But like some of the older money, or
if we look at this, I mean, just on a direct perspective of like, what does it mean to see a black owner for people? If we just look at that portion of it, okay, it means, I mean, let's take everything else out of it. It was a big letdown to see him lose his franchise, and you know, in business there are so many other ways. I mean, he has a big shoe company. I'm like, why was the only result was for him to sell his sell the franchise?
Well, I mean, that was what that team, sports team would kind of be the most risky. Everything else is kind of, his shoes are kind of concrete.
Couldn't he
revenue stream, and
even when
successful business people, hey, they make investments. Sometimes they're risky.
I think honestly he kind of got tired of losing too. I think that kind of took a toll on him too.
I mean,
because he one of them high strung dudes, man. He like if he was winning, I think he wouldn't even done. He probably wouldn't even sold it to. I think if he was winning, I think he got tired of losing. He got tired of it, like trying to motivate a player to win, but they don't want to win.
No,
I think that
he didn't bring in intelligent people. He never hired people that were intelligent enough to do the job. He was always looked like he's always trying to like pay the what we call a shade tree mechanic. He was always trying to find a shade tree mechanic versus take his car into the shop and say, hey, I need this done right. You know, and I think that was his issue.
I think that goes back to Mike's point. He got to take accountability for his choices, going the cheaper route, not going through the proper channels. You know what I mean? You kind of might y'all kind of making the same point about that.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm holding Mike accountable, right? I know that he's doing whatever he's supposed to do. He lost his team, whatever, or became a minority owner in his team, or whatever. I'm not saying that's not the case, but I'm saying that, like, as a business, it's sad, and couldn't anything else been done?
I guess this is what I'm saying. When he first retired, they said he retired because of gambling, right?
Yeah, I remember.
What I'm saying is, if you lost the team because you made a gamble on some investment that you didn't even have to do in the first place,
right.
That's all I'm saying. Are you gonna take accountability? Or you make accountability on that. Don't lose your ownership. Don't lose your ownership trying to risk gambling with grimy dudes. It's different if you do it with a dude that owns Merrill Lynch or something and he does investments, but some grimy dude that you play golf with and they run a game on you. And they running the game on you.
I was saying Merrill Lynch, use their family's name, but Merrill Lynch, they do dirty stuff too. But then it's like, well, when is any investment necessary? It's all what you kind of want to build your company. But you got to take accountability, y'all both, right?
You're dealing with grimy dudes, though, man. Like, Merrill Lynch not trying to buy your team, though. They just say, oh, well, you lost your money. These dudes like, oh, well, you lost this money. You owe us this. So what we going to do? That's what grind. You know how it goes, y'all. Why we say that you want to play nice, man. You want to dance around. Grimy dudes, man. You go dancing with grimy dudes, man.
Grimy dudes wear corporate suits, too. So.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what I'm saying. You deal with grimy dudes playing golf with these dudes. You might not even know these two dudes. They act like they don't know each other, but they're looking at you like, man, we finna take this dude, man.
I mean, and that seems like what happened. We don't know for sure.
I hope that's not what happened, but I'm saying
that's been the speculation, speculation of what happened. So I just only thing I can just hope is the next generation who goes up to own a franchise, the next person, even if it's one of us, that we at least keep that franchise. So, it allows that voice, that different voice in the room. That's what I think.
But I think another thing too, when you're the first one of a person of color, you don't have a lot of people to look to. You're the only one. Right. So you got to make those first mistakes, those growing pains. Because you're the only one that looks like you in the room.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He out there by himself. He don't have peers.
Right.
He doesn't have anybody that looks like him on his level.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like that in IT. Working in IT, it'd be like that. There's some jobs I worked at, man, the only person of color there in the company, not just in IT, but the company, you know what I'm saying?
In a lot of places.
It's pretty crazy, man. You got to know how to adapt real fast, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And still be you at the same time. I always tell people, it's like going to McClellan, but not letting the culture take over you. You actually go there and make it through there, but don't get caught up in it. You know,
man, I always tell people I ran away from Little Rock, man. When I graduated, man, I was so happy to get out of here alive, man. To graduate, man, people don't understand. Like
the stuff that we seen that was normal in Southwest, just like normal.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the degrees of separation.
I've seen people shot, you know.
The degrees of separation, man. I'm talking about you.
Friends in jail now.
Who you telling, man?
You go to jail,
guys,
you went to reunion.
Junior high. Guys, you went to junior high with in the penitentiary. I mean, they had dead bodies on the ground of our high school, man. Yeah. I mean, gang fights all around. I mean, just the stuff that we were able to say, man, God, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to live and to have families, because it's so many people who were our age didn't get that opportunity, you know. So it's a blessing, and I just pray.
It's a blessing to be born.
It is. Yeah. It's a blessing to be alive today. You know, we could have been hanging out with the wrong person. You know, we were just degrees of separation. Yeah, you know, especially in the South in the Southwest. I mean, we had family members that were part of things that they, you know, we had people we grew up around that are part of things, and just the ability to be like, are we alive today? We're educated. We're able to have a family, man. It's such a beautiful thing.
For sure. But yeah, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up, man. Appreciate y'all for coming on, man.
Thank you for having us.
Football season about to start. We come pop some more. I'll talk about some more teams. Yeah, just let me know, man, what day we want to do it on. We're going to make it happen.
So, like, share, subscribe.
Oh, man. Appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, support. Go to the YouTube channel. Go to the Twitter channel, Facebook channel, CTMTV. Thanks, my boy, the mailman. That's what we're going to call him, the mailman.
Hey,
JP.
And guess what? We denounce every form of anti-Semitism. In its shape, forms, conditions of that. Hey, we're only trying to uplift the community.
Yeah, for sure.
And our country.
Yeah. Hey, if you got any opinions, you want to be on the show, you know what I mean? Let us know. Sure. Reach out to us. If you got any subjects you want us to talk about, you want to defend your team, if we was talking trash about them, come on.
I mean,
you know them Dallas Cowboys. Them Dallas
all Cowboys fans, no. They're not entertaining it, no.
I can't wait till the season starts, man. It's NFL.
I know y'all Cowboys fans not gonna take that from them then.
Hey, we're not entertaining it, no. Please don't come on with those colors. I mean, please just stop it.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all in good fun.
All right, guys.
Well, y'all have a good night, brothers. It's always been a pleasure. John, Mike, man, hey, it's been awesome.
Yes, sir.
For sure. It's good getting up with you.
For sure,
yes, sir. Yes. All right, we signing out, guys. Hey, this is Mike Flair, and bingo, you're watching CTM Sports. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and continue watching. Bottom line, bingo.